So there's been a ton of footage released for the upcoming Wuthering Waves game, and a lot of it has been released online. STIX, who is a YouTuber that I have been following for 6 years or so now, uploaded a lot of it to his channel. We're gonna go ahead here and look through some of the gameplay that was uploaded there. All credit to STIX here. Quick shout out to our patrons over on Patreon. This allows you to directly support us if you're interested. Every patron will have their name appear at the beginning of every single YouTube video, and you'll be immortalized in the MMO genre forever. If you want to look at all of the trailers fully uninterrupted, then you can go ahead and do so on his channel. I'll include a link to this channel in the description in the pinned comment below. But with that in mind, we got a lot to look at. Now, we are going to be skipping through all of this, but let's go ahead here, I guess, and start with the gameplay, because I feel like the gameplay is probably the most important aspect of the game. This game is gorgeous. Now this is from the people that did Punishing Gray Raven. So they have true dodges, like perfect dodges. There's no way that this game looks this good. And for those of you that are wondering, this is on PC. You can see down the bottom right, QER. This is actually a game that is released onto PC, or will be releasing onto PC. And I'll admit, this STIX is actually pretty damn good at dodging. I'm terrible at it. Combat though thus far looks insane. We're gonna skip periodically ahead though, just so we can. The fluidity of movement in this game, holy crap. Even just the animations in general look so good. Dude, this looks dark as hell. This looks so cool. Skip a little further ahead though and take a look at the actual gameplay. Beautiful, large, open world. That's what I want to see. Like, people are excited for Zenless Zone Zero from Hoyoverse, for like Honkai Star Rail. No, this game is where it's at. Oh, and here they are playing as one of the characters that they unlocked from the gacha in the game. Probably gacha. Or actually, this might just be from the story. Dude, the combat looks insane. Anyone who is looking at this and is not impressed is crazy. Like, this makes Tower of Fantasy and Genshin Impact look dated. Like, it actually makes them look no joke. My god. I hope we get to see some of the other characters that we do. Katana user. Now, I guess the one thing that I am noticing, though, that I'm not all that fond of is the saturated world. Now, I know they're using this because it's supposed to be like post-apocalyptic, and this is a way of kind of like allowing for them to not be necessarily classified. Look at that movement running up the terrain, though. Wow. To allow them to like separate themselves, distance themselves from the Genshin clone formula, you know? If it doesn't look like Genshin, then people might not necessarily label it as a Genshin clone. And one thing I'm also noticing is that the characters aren't like overly sexualized, which is actually a good thing, I think. Like, it's okay to have it with some of the characters, but you know, there are a lot of games out there that put a lot of emphasis on it. This game is massive. Oh man. Please, please allow for multiplayer functionality. Can you guys actually believe that we're getting this on PC, though, that this isn't just a mobile game? Right? So abilities, upgrading, customization of your character. Okay, well, you know what? I said they weren't overly sexualized, but then we see, you know, like those are pretty big, I'm not gonna lie. They're Naruto running up the wall. That is great. That actually looks so good. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get into the beta test, but at the same time, I'm gonna be honest here, I didn't actually apply for it. I feel like this is the combat that Tower of Fantasy and that Genshin wanted, that Noah's Heart wanted, you know? But ultimately didn't end up with. Now, what else is there? All playable characters idle emotes. Boss and world level 2 dungeon. Character showcase. Character showcase. So this is a dungeon. The cutscenes are intense. Wait, what was that? Are we some kind of demon? I think we are. I think we're a kind of demon. This combat is It is crazy. It is by far the best action combat that I've seen on a cross-platform title. By far. This is what the next stage of cross-platform combat is going to look like. People thought Genshin was setting the basis of what the genre was going to evolve into. No, this right here. Man. So, admittedly, that's kind of the general gist of what these videos are. They're mostly just exploration, they're combat, just showcasing kind of what the game is in its bare kind of state that it's in right now. And honestly, this game is going to be a contender for the best game in whatever year it releases in, because this game looks insane. Like, I'm actually at a loss for words as to what to even say about this, because this game looks like Genshin if Genshin was heavily saturated, if Genshin actually had really good combat. And guys, you can defend Genshin for any number of reasons, but its combat is not fast, is not anything remotely close to being as good as this combat looks. I'm as big a fan as the next Genshin sim, and I will tell you, Genshin's combat looks vastly inferior to what we see in Wuthering Waves. This game is going to be huge. This game is made by the same people, Kudo Games, who do Punishing Gray Raven, and along with Arknight's Enfield, might set the new standard for open world RPGs moving into the future. And I could not be more excited to be covering this actively from now until when this game launches.